God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the law of this godly study is to study regularly. It is not the law to study sometimes and not at other times. You can take the 7 days course and then study anywhere. You must never miss this study. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is even remembered that those who conquer Maya, which is sin, also conquer the world. Only you know for how long you were victorious and for how long you were defeated. That was not a physical battle, nor were there a battle between the devils and the deities, residents of heaven. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, they have told so many lies about me, God the Father of all souls. They defame me, God the Father of all souls, so much. It is me, God the Father of all souls, who is defamed the most. They insult me, God the Father of all souls, by saying that I incarnate in a fish and a crocodile and in pebbles and stones. Is this called manners? Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, you have now been enlightened. You know that I, God the Father of all souls, is explaining to you the secrets of I, God the Creator, and the beginning, middle, and the end of creation, which no one else knows. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, how can those who are in degradation themselves grant salvation to others? I, God the Father of all souls, has came and make you into kings of kings. You were pure and worthy of worship and have now become worshippers. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is now the last birth in this land of death. I, God the Father of all souls, have now came to take you back to the golden age at heaven. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, this war of missiles also took place 5,000 years ago. This whole world is to be destroyed. While living at home with your family, you have to become like a lotus. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, it is you Brahmins, the mouth-born creation of Prajapita Brahma, who become like lotus. But they have given this symbol to Vishnu, because you do not remain constant. Today you become like a lotus, and then after 2 years later you become impure again. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, this is your most elevated clan. You Brahmins, the mouth-blowing creation of Prajapita Brahma, is the top nuts. Then while taking rebirth, you become deities, residents of heaven, warriors, merchants, and Shudras, degraded ones. You do not become deities from Shudras instantly. You Brahmins, the top knot is also needed. I, God the Father of all souls, is now teaching you Brahmin souls. Therefore you shall not divorce such a father. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those who were amazed by this knowledge belong to me, God the Father of all souls. Listen to me. then ran away and belonged to Maya, which is sin. They became traitors and defamed me, God the Father of all souls. It is said that those who defame me, God the Father of all souls, the Satguru, which is the true spiritual guide, cannot claim a high status in heaven. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, those guru of the path of devotion are not bestower of salvation. I, God the Father, the teacher, the Satguru, which is the true spiritual guide of all souls, is I the one incorporeal Father. I have came to uplift everyone. In the future, people will understand, but it will then be too late. They will then go into their own religions. The deity religion is the most elevated religion of all. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, there is so much difference between I incorporeal God Shiva, the Father of all souls, and Sri Krishna. You know that the Krishna soul, who was beautiful, has now become impure at the end of the last of his many births. I, God Shiva, the Father of all souls, then enter him and make him into beautiful Sri Krishna once again. This is why Krishna is said to be the ugly and the beautiful, Sham and Sundar one. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, Krishna was the number one beautiful prince of the golden aged kingdom of heaven. His praise is that he is the elevated being who followed the highest code of conduct and whose supreme religion is that of non-violence. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, there is no meaning to whatever worldly studies you have been studying up to now. You know that I, God the Father of all souls, is once again giving you the teachings of Raja Yoga after 5,000 years. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021. God Shiva speaks. The Father says, the whole world say that Krishna spoke the Gita. I, God Shiva, the Father of all souls, Shiv Baba, explains that Krishna doesn't even have the knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end of the world cycle. Gateway to Heaven, the 15th of November 2021.